Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, here doing something slightly different. I haven't done this in a little while, but I am sadly taking apart this shawl that my mother made, and at the same time, I'm separating the yarn from four strands to two. So it's quite a complex undertaking. That is taking me a very long time to do, as it has every other time I've done this. So, I'm just going to hang out and do this for a little bit because it's been a rough day. I'm tired, and that's what I feel like doing today. Glad you're here today. Okay, seriously, how many times could I say okay in the beginning there? Sorry about that. Like I said, really tired. I spent the day moving around couches and cleaning under them, cleaning all the dust and all the toys up. Yeah, it was a big ordeal. Not even a quarter way done putting everything away the way it should go, but the couches are in the right spots and it is spotless under them. I do that every so often. Especially if you're at places like mine where toys disappear and that's where they end up. If you have pets that like to hide stuff, those crochet hooks you're missing might be where they are. Oh, your stitch markers? Oh yeah. Don't we know it. Didn't find anything like that for me. It's just toys. Alright. So, this is, I believe, made out of Hobies. Cotton. Dahlia? I believe it's Dahlia. No, it's Sultan. Sultan Shadow. That's right. And we looked all over and we found the lost souls. And it's beautiful. She did a beautiful job making it. Problem is, it's just a bit small and heavier than we would have liked for the size of it. So I made a couple of shirts out of Halloween Dahlia. Well, one anyway. And I did this. I liked the feel of the cotton, and it wears very nicely. Isn't overly heavy, which is great. So I'm going to probably remake this. And that'll be a very fun one to do. I've always wanted to do this particular pattern. Even before I really got into crochet, this one always caught my eye as beautiful. I mean, come on. I do like my spooky stuff. So yeah, don't mind me if I'm a little bit dozy. It's been a very long day. Long day, and this does take a little bit of concentration because sometimes you can end up with really bad tangles. Like this is really twisty. See how that's twisting like that? So you work in small increments to do this. I've explained this on Facebook a few times in a few groups, but I really don't know if anyone really can get the idea of how delicate this procedure is. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. You really have to use a lot of patience for this one. So I've got one set there, and I'm twisting with my fingers to uncurl it. Usually I hold it up above my head and just let it twist, but it's so twisted now, that's not going to work. I have to do it with my fingers. that's why I put it away for so long. So if you're fairly new to my channel, you've never seen this piece before or have heard of this project. If you have, cool. If not, that's the plan. I do want the lost souls. I'm just not sure if I want it as a shawl or maybe a nice pullover. It is beautiful. It's the navy blue to black, and I absolutely adore the colors. A little indigo purple in there too. Really deep indigo though. Like it just touches into that navy blue. I just love their colorways. They're so pretty. So far, everything I've gotten from them, I've been very happy with. So awesome sauce. You can't go wrong with that. Gonna have to take a trip down to Walmart at some point. There's a mainstay yarn that's only available in Canada, and I really want to I just want to look at it. I don't know if I want to buy it. I just want to look at it in person because it looks really fuzzy. I just kind of want to see if it's something I'd want to work with. I'm kind of picky. The closest I get to anything really like that is I got my husband picked me up a one cake of a Karen velvet, and a couple of smaller velvet ones, and I'm not sure what I might do with it. I'm leaning towards a cute little pillow, just something small. And I could use more pillows in my house. Can't go wrong with a nice cozy pillow. But there was two of them at one point at the thrift store, and he came. When he went back, because he didn't think I'd like it, went back, because I told him, yeah, I'd like that, and there's only one left. Why someone would only buy one, I don't understand. What exactly, I'm not even going to ask. You do you, honey. Whoever got the matching one, good on you. But I do believe it's a very discontinued yarn. That happens. Especially when you're thrifting, you'll find a lot of them are discontinued. And so you just kind of wing it and hope you have something close. I'm not sure how I feel about working with velvet. Like, is it like real velvet? Because real velvet is really, can be very high maintenance to work with. It tends to tear quite a bit. Sorry, I come from a long line of sewers. I used to have a living room sized bedroom, and half of it was full of boxes, different colored materials, different textures, any kind of material you could think of, they had it. You want corduroy? That's the corduroy green, that's the corduroy brown. Like, all the boxes were well labeled, but it was a lot of stuff, and we kept it very, very well maintained. It was off the ground on the board, and made sure no bugs or animals got into it. I mean, it was in my room for a while there. But it was definitely interesting to have all these different types of material around. So that's probably why I collect yarn the way I do, because, at some point I'll get around to using it all. Don't worry. At least that's what I tell myself, right? Isn't that all what we all tell ourselves? Don't tell my husband that, though. He doesn't need to know. Pretty sure he's kind of suspicious, but, he doesn't really watch my videos, so he won't know what I just said. If he does, oopsie. My dark, deep secret is out. I like yarn. Kids were watching a show today and had a granny on there, and she was knitting, and this young boy came in and I was asking her what she was doing. She's like, oh, well, I'm knitting. And he's like, oh, can I try? She's like, for sure. And she's like, oh, and the stitches. And she's giving him a little speech about how knitting can take a lifetime to learn and stuff like this. While she's talking, he knits himself this cat scarf just perfectly. I've never knitted before. He's so fast, and she was so amazed. And he's like, oh, I've got gamer fingers. And I thought that was pretty funny. His thumbs were all just super muscly in here. I was like, oh my gosh, that's funny. So she trained him on the art of knitting and yarn. I thought that was funny as can be. Just randomly shows up in so many kids shows, and kids love pointing it out to me. Everyone has pointed out how in the show Bluey, which is a family show for little kids and parents, there's a lot of really heartfelt moments in that show. So the 6-year-old was learning how to crochet in the background around the story. So we're just going to go up, down like you would with a yarn winder, and doing hand cakes, as I call them. And see, there wasn't a big amount that I just got off of there, but it can pull, like you can go for quite a while and get a big massive pull, but it ends up sitting on top of itself and can really end up tangled to the point where you might actually have to take it apart, cut it, tear it without meaning to. That's happened a couple times. And you go pull on it. Hello, hair. Oh, another hair. Don't mind my voice. I inhaled a lot of dust today. One moment, I'm going to get a drink. Sorry, my bad. Just a little cough that was coming up. Like I said, a little bit of dust happened to me earlier this week. It's happened twice this week where I found a really dusty area and cleaned it. Not only did it give me a touch of heat stroke both times, but it's filled my sinuses and my chest up with a bit of dusty goodness. I'll be fine. It just tells me I'm a little behind on my own schedule that I have for keeping up with the dust. And that happens sometimes, I've been sick off and on, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. Honestly, that is part of the whole thing. Sometimes I just don't feel like moving out the furniture. You can't blame me. Couches are heavy. I mean, I gotta do the stove soon too. I gotta pull up the stove and the fridge and clean behind those and down the walls and the side of them. Ugh. Just thinking about how much that is to do. And then we're gonna get into steam cleaning the carpets again. If I can find my piece for my steam cleaner. Try to do that twice a year because, I like colored carpets, and believe me, dirt shows on it. Boy, does it. So this is just so twisted. So we've had a couple cool days here, and I guess it's going to shoot right back up to 30 tomorrow. I was really enjoying today, guys. The highs of 24, which is absolutely amazing and wonderful, and so not the worst thing in the world. Camera. Keep on twisting. Okay, when I wrap around itself like that, you just gotta ease off. Know when to pull really hard and when just to just let it go. It's just twisting around itself so tightly. And that's fine. I just know that this yarn's going to do this, so I'm fully prepared to put my patient pants on, and because I really want that lightweight feel. It's going to make a very nice piece, because I mean, look at it, when it's thicker, this is going to be markedly thinner, and it will be a lot lighter to wear, which is what I was going for. Because it's just going to be something I put on over something else. And I'm really leaning towards some sort of pullover or something with this pattern. Maybe like a poncho deal. I don't know. Kind of want arms. Whoa, sorry, I'm off camera here for a second. That just got away from me. I was really twisted there. Keep going. And this is trying to twist really hard here. I'm gonna untwist you like that. See if you can see what I'm doing here. Taking my time, allowing my fingers just to gently coax the yarn into place. Anyways, this will be super exciting when it's done. I'm still going to work on it off and on, but I just thought I'd show you where I was at with it. There's still quite a bit to go, about halfway, just about. Anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.